is he? Here we go. Okay, this is my first time doing that. Did we get him? He's been invited. How do I hide? I feel these comments are going to be very, very distracting, but maybe good to have visible. Let's see. Did my invitation to my first special guest go? Maybe not. Let's try again. Okay. Invitation sent. Okay, I feel confident. I feel confident he's going to be arriving any second. This is exciting, folks. We have 2 requests to join. Aiden Perez and Alex H. just getting right in the mix, requesting to join. Well, I would say yes to that request just to shake things up, but I feel bad. I can't seem to get my first special guest in the chat here. Invite. Okay. Well, this is going horribly awry right from the get-go. Let's see here. Request to join. More people are requesting to join. Oh, there's the one I was looking for. Let's accept his request. Ladies and gentlemen, is this going to let him join? I was about to tee up a whole intro. Okay, here he comes. This is Greg Jenkins, also known as Greg Tonic.
Oh, hey,
Greg,
everyone.
how aware do you think Tally Hall fans are of you? 6, 7. I said it. Sorry.
6, 7. Yeah.
I had to get it out of the way.
A little bit. Some of them know me.
I think so. They might be surprised to find out that you go way back with us. In fact, went to high school with 2 of the band members.
That's right. I went to high school with Ross and Joe.
It's true.
I was in all the musicals with Joe when we were young cute boys.
What was your perception of Joe and Ross in high school?
Joe was a year older than me. He was very popular. He did the morning announcements at our school.
Mm-hmm.
Just seemed to be that guy with everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you know Ross?
Ross was a couple years younger than me, or what? Maybe just 1 year younger than me.
Yeah.
And we knew each other a little bit because we were in jazz band together for a little bit.
Okay.
But just, in and around band and music stuff, Ross and I knew each other.
Nice. But you were also close with Bora growing up, right?
Kinda, yes. Bora and I met in preschool.
That's going way back. That's all the way.
And we went to school with each other until the 4th grade when I moved away, and did not see him until I moved to Los Angeles years later when I was so between ages of like 10 and 24, 25, I didn't see Bora at all until I went to a Tally Hall concert at the El Rey. And Bora came up to me after the show, covered my eyes, and said, "Guess who?"
Now I remember the story.
Didn't know who it was. Turned around, looked at him, still had no idea who it was.
That's not what you want. That's not what you want when you do the guess who ruse. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And when he reminded you, did you remember who he was?
Yes. Okay. When he reminded me, I'm like, oh, right. We knew each other when we were small children. And we quickly became, the best of friends.
Yeah. Because I knew you a little bit through your brother who worked with Joe and me at a company called Quack in Ann Arbor, on some educational videos.
Yeah.
But I mostly knew of you through Ross's recollection that you referred to yourself in high school as Gregory James Jenkins the First.
That's right.
Which I really enjoyed. I love that you made that your very formal moniker.
That's right.
And then when I moved to LA, you and I think we linked up originally in LA through Bora's poker nights. Am I remembering this correctly?
Maybe it was that.
I feel we played poker together. Bora used to host these poker nights, weekly poker
Yeah,
nights at his house, and we would,
sounds right. Sounds right.
and we realized we both were musicians. You,
Mm-hmm.
I found incredibly impressive at the time because you had a job working for, you were like an in-house composer at a company that did ad music.
That's
So
right.
you had a full-fledged 9 to 5 job where they just paid you every day to come in and make music. And I was like, this guy's got it all going on.
Yeah,
The hell is
great.
he pulling this off? Tally Hall it was like 2000, probably 12. We weren't really doing anything with the band. I was looking for anything I could do to make music and make that my living. And here you were just killing it.
You're too kind. I remember that you had reached out. You had just moved here, and you reached out to just sort of have a music date where you just came over to the studio and we
Hmm.
hung out for a few hours, just playing each other music
Yes.
that we had made, old stuff, new stuff, just stuff we were
Hmm.
working on. And we just had a music chat.
We just had a little jam sesh.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do, and I remember that night very vividly. And I remember the next morning telling my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, I was like, this guy's super talented. I feel like he could be like a real collaborator with me. Like we really struck it. We really hit it off.
Yeah.
And I go really work with this guy. I was so excited.
Oh
Um,
boy.
and pretty soon thereafter, we started working on the first song for this album.
I did. All
It
I need
was
is you.
it was All I Need Is You, which I may never have revealed this before because it doesn't really gel with the emotional, the emotional, essence of the song. But it was originally written as a 45-second pitch for a Time Warner commercial.
Hmm. Hmm. Something
I
like
didn't book
yeah,
it.
right,
I
right.
didn't book it, and we. But the pieces of a good song were there.
Yeah.
Needed some love and needed some reshaping, and the lyrics changed and became a lot more personal and a lot more emotional. But but yeah, there's an alternate universe where there was like a very forgettable 45-second commercial with kind of a melodramatic, heartfelt ballad,
Right.
and then you and I just never made any songs together.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that one already got used.
Right. But that's not what happened.
No.
And we fleshed it out. I mean, I think you had the verse and the chorus. Um, and I think I wrote the bridge, which my great idea was like, what if we just take the word you and just keep repeating that
Yes.
over and over again?
You know what?
The
I have
song
a
writes
terrible
itself.
I have a terrible tendency to just stuff way too much singing into songs and never
Mm,
leave any space for the music to breathe.
sure,
So
sure.
this was exactly what you needed to do, and you filled that spot in the song
Um,
perfectly.
I
You
also go on.
I was gonna say I remember that like we basically did it all in one night or 85-90% of it. You added the bridge. We brought back the chorus for the final line, and you wrote the like Elton John power strings.
Right, I was going to bring that up. We were talking about how we loved Elton John string
Yeah,
arrangements, and that was our attempt to do something like "Leave On"
Leave
or
On, one of my
yeah,
favorites.
such a good song.
So that was the first song, and that turned out pretty well. And we were like, okay, this is good. Let's make another one. But I don't remember what the second song we made was.
Might have been "Old Bike,"
Yes, I think that's right. I think it was.
yeah,
I'm
which is
gonna.
also the second song on the album, I think.
That's interesting. Yes, I'm going to post tomorrow. I have a idea to post on Twitter or on X, I suppose, some demos from the album.
Oh yeah,
And it was because I did like a deep dive into the recesses of my hard drive trying to find anything that would be marginally interesting to people in relation to, I guess we should say, the reason we're doing all this is to promote Not a Trampoline, the album that Greg and I made together, coming out on vinyl tomorrow.
that's right.
Pre-order starts tomorrow. And so, yes, I found a bunch of old stuff that I'd completely forgotten about, including a bunch of old demos, including the one for Old Bike, which is very different than the way it turned out. I
Is it
remember the
really?
first thing you did, and I was very unsure. I was like, I don't know. It sounded pretty good to me on the demo. The first thing you did was like eliminate all the instruments in the opening and replace them all with one synth. And
Yeah,
of course,
that's
I loved the way it turned out. I think it was absolutely the right decision. But it was a
right.
bold reconfiguring of the demo version.
I also remember, well, this song people really haven't heard yet, but for Light Shine,
Hmm.
um, I think we just took the chorus from the original demo and rewrote the verses, and the entire ending I think was all new. But I liked that chorus
Yes.
just so much. I was obsessed with that chorus. I was like, you wrote the best chorus. We must make this. But I don't like the rest of the song.
I found that demo today as I was
Oh,
looking
okay.
for stuff to post, and I was like, I had completely forgotten how this all went down. But you're exactly right. There was a whole other like song attached to it, and you just lopped it right off and said we're just using this part, and I was fine with that. It was a great decision. Um,
So great we didn't put it on the album.
so great. We cut it initially, but we're circling back around and
Yeah,
we're
that's
putting
right.
it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, my friend Mike is asking repeatedly for "Passing," which is one of the songs we used to play in our high school band, Listed Black.
Mm.
Taking it all the way back. Thanks for the request, Mike. Request denied. Um, Mike and our friend BJ and that a group of pals from high school used to always come to the Tally Hall shows, and after the first song, chant one more song, which is a good joke. That's a
It's a
good
good
joke.
joke.
That's a
It's a
good
good
joke.
joke. Another good joke, a Tally Hall joke that I always liked is just actually learning Freebird for whenever somebody yelled it out, which seems inevitable for any band starting out and just going out into the world, that someone's going to yell Freebird at you. And
We
boy, did
figured
you
you
guys
gotta be
just learn how to play it.
you gotta call their bluff. But yeah, let's talk for 2 more minutes before we welcome in our next special guest
Great.
about the album. Because one other thing I remember about it is that it was basically a nocturnal recording process.
That's right.
Because
Um,
you were like responsible for actually making music during the day for this company.
Yeah, I had a day job, yeah, I had to be cranking out commercials and stuff. And but the nice thing about that job was I had a recording studio
Right.
at my disposal on
Right.
nights and weekends that, I had a key to the building. So I was allowed to go whenever I want. I had to, do my day job. So you would come over at night.
Yep.
You'd probably get there around 6, and
Hmm.
we'd go till 1 or 2 in the morning.
I feel like oftentimes I was driving home at like 3 or 4. It
Yeah.
was just an absolute graveyard shift.
Yep. Yep. I
But
remember around 11 or midnight, we would usually go across the street to the beer store
yep.
for, we'll do our one night beer
Or
to
we'd
get us through the
order
rest of the night.
just an ungodly amount of Domino's pizza,
A lot
and
of
then
time.
just
I remember we had a saved order, the
yeah.
Greg and Rob order, which I think is still in if I log into my Domino's account, I think there is still a Greg and Rob auto order I can quickly reorder.
It's
It was good.
maybe tomorrow
Healthy
in
and
honor of the
unhealthy.
pre-order. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
not a healthy way of living, eating Domino's and living nocturnally, but it got the job done,
Yeah.
and it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. And it took about, I want to say we started in August of 2012. Is that right?
Could be
2012?
2012, something like that, and then
And
we
then
were
we really, those first few months, we were kind of slow going. There was some other things like Goldie and Bear kind of came up during that time, which
right.
was
Greg and I
Disney
worked on
show.
a Disney show together during that same period of time. That's true.
But then, yeah, all of 2013, we kind of finished up in the fall of 2013. It might have been even, no, we were pretty much done in the fall of 2013. So it was like a whole year,
That
a
sounds
little
right. And
over.
then we
Yeah,
and then we went into music video production mode. We kind of just
right,
we made a little bit of a decision to put the energy and the money and the time that we maybe would have spent on touring into making music videos,
right.
which I think was a great decision at the time. And some of the videos turned out really well and helped spread the music to a larger audience. But I will say, especially after having played a couple of these shows with Andrew this year, it would have been really fun to tour on this music too and to
Yeah,
play shows.
yeah.
So let's
Um,
do that.
let's do it. Oh, look
Speaking
who
of
it is.
Andrew, look at this. We got a special guest. He
Hey.
goes by the name Andrew.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Speaking of music videos for this album, you and I made a music video for the song Perfect.
Yeah, we did.
Do you remember when we
Um,
wrote Perfect?
we did it pretty quickly
Yes.
at your
Was it kind
place.
of like a slumber party sort of thing you guys did?
We always do. We paint each other's nails
We
and we
started
braid
off
each
with
other's
that.
hairs.
Spend the night
And
watching horror movies, and then we come up with songs.
I
Oh,
remember
fuck
we
yeah.
started, it was a quick one. You're right. Cause I remember we started in the afternoon or maybe like in, noonish, whatever. And then that night we went out to dinner with Ryan Scott and Nick Frank Lair
Mm-hmm.
and we had a song and and it felt pretty good. We were like, this is a good song.
Yeah. Didn't we
I,
do we do like 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row?
yeah, but I think we wrote other songs the next days.
Oh,
They were terrible.
terrible. No, you're
No, I don't,
you're recording one, right?
no, I think what was the other one well, that was a different time, I think.
HTTP.
I think that was a different one.
We're not 500 people trying to figure out what HTTP is.
I like it. Be mysterious. Andrew is referring to a song that will be on a upcoming new album
Yeah.
that Greg produced. So
Is
this
that
is
the
the
official
dream team right
announcement?
here. Um,
Oh, HTTP. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Now I know what HTTP is. That's
Mhm.
right. I did produce it. That was
um,
great.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can tell people. Why don't we choose one of the letters and reveal what it stands for? Okay, we're gonna
Mm,
take a quick poll of the audience. Do you want to know what the H stands for, the T, or the P? The
mm.
first
Are
comment I
people
see is gonna
commenting on
get.
this? Oh,
I'm
here we
seeing
go.
say 6-7. It's a lot of say 6-7.
Last six,
Andrew
7. Yep.
6-7.
I'm not getting any of this.
Oh, you're not. Okay. Well,
I don't want to see it though.
yeah, we'll never know.
P. I saw P.
Okay, I'm not getting any comments related to what we're talking about. The P is plant.
Oh,
Okay. Well, Greg, you knew that.
I did.
Oh.
Just playing
Um,
along here.
I remember writing Perfect with you, Andrew. I remember feeling good about it. And then I said, I want to give credit to Greg for coming up with the version of the video idea that we ended up making.
Yeah.
Mm.
I had a different thought for like a sort of a similar music video, but it was going to be a street performer, like some random passerby filming like the most amazing street performer you've ever seen with gear, like custom built gear and multiplying their voice. And like we would do the same kind of thing we ended
Like,
up doing for the 29 Impressions video where you make it impossibly good, but it would have been like, caught on camera, this random guy busking down on Santa Monica Boulevard or something like that.
yeah, just the most insane one-man band you've ever seen. Yeah, you're bass
Exactly.
with one hand, guitar with the other. You're playing the keyboards with your feet.
Exactly. Would have been like
But taking a
a,
while to practice.
What
a lot
song were we
harder.
thinking of doing that for? Was it Ghost?
Oh, wasn't it Perfect? I thought it was also going to be for Perfect. Maybe
I thought
Perfect
it
came about.
was,
Maybe it was Ghost.
yeah. But
But then,
then around that time, some viral video came up with a lady doing a bunch of singing impressions, singing a song and going into all these her Christina Aguilera and Bjork and whatever. And I was like, oh, you should do a video like that, but fake
yeah,
that. Do a
yeah,
fake version of that.
it was great. And
I do remember waking up and getting like 300 texts on my phone being like, what is that video? It was like,
so,
this is NBC. Are you available to talk this morning on Good Morning America? And I was like,
Right.
I was
This
getting
is
up at
when
like
viral
11 a.m.
videos
I was like,
made
I
the
think I missed that
news.
one.
I know it's a different era, but it's true. It was shocking. Greg, are we seeing a second can of soda?
That's right.
I was
That's right.
like, I thought it was green before. Now we got a blue flavor.
It's so
I wonder how
sad,
many
yeah.
different how many do you anticipate going through on this?
Blackberry lemonade. I think just the two. That one was almost empty, so I had kind of I had prepped with knowing
That's fair.
I'll want a second. Yeah,
That's blueberry lemonade.
yeah, that's right. It's delicious.
I recognize
Yeah,
that flavor. Waterloo.
yeah.
I'm a
You got
seltzer
it.
man. I'm a
You got
seltzer
it right.
man
Yeah.
through and through. But yeah, it was crazy. Waking up the next morning, it was on Good Morning America. I was like I said, I've been digging through the old archive. So I found my video I made of my DVR recording of Good Morning America where they're talking about it. Today's Show, John Mayer's tweeting about it. It was like one thing after the next. It was
exciting
craziness.
times. It was the
It was
highlight of
exciting.
Didn't Howard Stern's people reach out to you?
That actually turned into a fruitful thing, not for me, but for the actual impressionists who did it.
Right.
Yeah, I got an email the next morning from one of the staffers on the Howard Stern show, and so when we revealed a week later that it was, that it was how it was really done, I linked them up with the actual impressionists. And then one of the guys, Piat, who's incredibly talented and is like an insanely successful voiceover actor nowadays, ended up becoming basically a part of the Howard Stern staff
Yeah.
through that video.
What
So
what one of the other impressionists was
is on
a
SNL.
pre-SNL
Yeah,
Melissa Villaseñor.
it's true. I got so lucky by I just sent them direct messages on YouTube. I just searched YouTube for impressionist
Yeah.
and cold emailed like 100 and like 10 got back to me, and one of them happened to be Melissa Villaseñor, one of them happened to be Piat, and there was got super lucky. But since people submitted questions, I want to make sure we answer some of them. Andrew, I picked out a few that were somewhat germane to you. This one we already kind of did. The idea behind the perfect video from Manic Pixie Dream Idiot. What about
Bud.
Nintendo? Why are some of you getting back into making music together? Is there a specific motive behind it? I feel I throw that to you, Andrew, because I feel you are in some ways leading the charge of getting back on stage and performing again.
Yeah. I think it's because
What is your secret motive?
I didn't stop performing. I was just like producing records and playing in other people's bands. And when I started my current label, I was putting out so much. I recorded hundreds of tracks that are secretly scattered on the internet, and now everybody's gonna look for them. But anyway, I got so I'd say burnt out in writing all this music, and I just like needed a release, and I realized I wasn't really releasing music anymore, and I just started writing. I had some songs set away from COVID, and I was ready to play, and I spoke to Jukebox and thing, and they offered me that Brooklyn show, and I was like, you know what, I like playing, and it's fun, and I miss it, and so I got back to writing, finished up some songs, still have a bunch of songs to release, some coming very soon. And yeah, I was like, I did the Sonic launch, and I was like, Rob, Zubin, Joe, Ross, let's do this. It's fun. People care. They don't care that we're old. And yeah, and there's so much of a fan base now, and it's amazing. It's really fun. So I feel like it is a squandered opportunity not to be on stage having fun, making music again.
Yeah.
If people are gonna listen. So
it was really fun. I was glad you really had to badger me into it. I was very nervous about it and apprehensive.
It's not easy. But
no. It's a little bit getting the inertia, up and running again took some doing, but super fun.
Yeah.
And shocking how like many people were there to see us, and how many of them were like, not born when we were making this music in the first place. And they don't seem to care we're a bunch of dudes in our 40s. Bless their hearts.
I saw inspiring. I saw Paul McCartney last week. He's 83. Incredible show. 3 hours, no water, just sings like better than he ever has. It's incredible. And then yesterday I worked with a bass player, jazz bass legend. He's 81, and he drove himself to the 2 gigs in a row for 2 days of recording. Was prompt, on time, professional, very sharp.
We went from Paul McCartney 3.5-hour show sounds better than ever to drove himself to the recording session. I mean, it's a stark drop off in how we're praising these people.
I gotta paint the scene. We recorded we had him in Bushwick, New York, Bushwick in Brooklyn the first day. He had to park and walk 20 minutes to the studio. This guy is 81 years old, my friends.
That's impressive.
It was very impressive, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of like, being inspired and motivated to do yourself. Do you?
Yeah.
Be yourself. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing music past 20.
No. And I think the motivation behind you getting back into playing live is because it's fun.
Yeah, this is fun. That's what we do. That's why we're here, right?
Over here.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say, guys? Should we bring in another special guest?
Depends on who.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll bring him in, and then if you don't want him, you just say decline, and I'll hang up on him. Okay.
Okay. As long as it's not Bora.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. This could be awkward.
Oh man. Last Bora.
Where are you right now, Andrew? You in Nashville?
I'm in New York.
Oh, in New York.
New York City.
What's your split these days? 50-50?
It's more like it's leaning more towards the New York, but yeah. Still love me some Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to bring in Bora, but it's there's either a lag or it's hit and miss with these invites. Let's see.
He might be banned from Instagram
Yeah,
after that one time. Are there comments? I'm sad I can't read the
I'm
comments.
seeing a lot of comments. Let's investigate some of these comments. We got
Greg,
Whale Party 2. Whale Party 2 is saying Bora. A lot of people talking Bora. They want Bora. We got to get him in here. Oh wait, Bora's okay. Here we go. This is gonna work. Now we're back in business. Bora requested to join.
Is it gonna be the real Bora or his double?
Oh god, if someone made an account that's like one letter off from his actual account, they definitely just fooled me.
What if they look like him? Then we're good.
As long as they can act like Bora, we're good. Yeah, we'll just go with it.
What's the most private thing about Bora? We should ask him to make sure it's Bora.
Right. I was asking for his ATM pin just to make sure it's him.
We all know that.
You guys get a lot of Oz the Mentalist on your algorithms. I don't know how this guy's doing it. How does he? Oh wait, we got him, folks.
There he
we can stop stalling.
Look at that sweet boy.
Bora, you look fresh from the shower.
Oh, thank you.
You look gussied up. Bora, I got to tell you, right off the bat, I want to ask you a question that someone says. They say,
spit out a coffee.
Sarah the Creation asks, for Bora, how do you have such pretty outfits? And I think this is a good question to ask because you're wearing one right now.
Oh, easy. Goods and services can be exchanged for money.
Mm-hmm.
And, you do that in either slow succession or quick succession.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got some threads.
I guess that makes sense.
Sorry, that was a goblin answer. I don't know. I'll just take that as a compliment and say
okay,
thank
fair
you.
Enough. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Bora was, I'll remind folks, since we haven't said it in a while, that the reason that we're doing this today is because the album that we all four worked on, Not a Trampoline, is coming out on vinyl tomorrow. You just go to robcantor.com. And Bora was integral to the making of the album. Greg and I were reminiscing earlier about Bora when we recorded all the vocals at your house.
Yes.
This was before you had a recording studio.
This was during a transitional period of kind of moving out of a smaller space where I had all my gear to a much bigger space.
It was between recording studios.
It was between.
Right.
And I was like, I have all the gear and I'm really good at what I do. You just have to be okay with getting stuffed into the corner of my bedroom.
Yes.
We'll pop
we put
a mattress
up mattresses, right?
It was like
a single mattress.
Room.
It was a queen mattress. It was very thick. But I opened the door so that there was a little bit of a U shape. And behind the door was a sound panel that I already had. And I put some sound panels on the walls. And the last sort of closure was my mattress. And Lordy Lewski, was that just the cleanest, quietest sound. Although it was very, very hot. And for that, I'm very sorry.
It was extremely uncomfortable and claustrophobic, but otherwise the best vocal booth I've been in.
It was so good.
But it did the job. But
New York recording studios.
It was very New York. It was very jerry rigged, but it did the job.
I can't tell you how many early writing sessions I went to, and I was like, okay, we'll go to my studio, and then I would show up at the studio, and it was literally a bedroom with a closet. I was like,
Yes.
this is your personal bedroom. We're sitting on your bed.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's all you need.
yeah, that's all you need.
But I got the job done. You were also instrumental in designing the album cover.
Oh, I'm kind of sorry about that. I was looking for it. I was like, how did that happen? Because I did it.
Yes, I think that there was like.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell me what you remember, and then I'll tell you what I see if
So
it jives with what I
when my
remember.
precious sweet angel friends send me little demos, I would used to make artwork so that I could just put it on my,
Probably iPod.
iPod at the
Yeah, I was
time,
gonna say.
or phone later on in history.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like a cute little thing that I did for myself, and it wasn't for anybody else. And then I took a screenshot of what I had done and I sent it to you. And that was, I said, what's not a trampoline? I know, a deep fried chicken drumstick.
Yes.
So I put that as like a tiny little picture, and then I just typed not a trampoline. I just picked a font, and then I screenshotted that, and I sent it to you like in January of like 2014. And here, hold on.
You have the actual image?
What you said
Oh, you have the
was
email. Perfect.
ha 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 ha, excellent,
Oh,
misspelled.
that's embarrassing.
You were so excited that
Uh,
you made a typo, and then you
yeah.
said, "Did you make that? Did you just make that for fun?" And you said, "I really like that actually." And then and I just thought it was a silly goof, and then you actually went with the idea.
I went with a good idea because we were trying to think of. I think the thought was it's some like minimalistic kind of design where it's like a random object. Originally, it was going to be a single flamingo feather, and then that was like
Right.
looked too serious, like it was trying too hard to be meaningful and deep. So the
Yeah.
fried chicken leg was like the perfect way to make sure it came across as kind of absurd. Anyway,
There
it was a
was
stroke. It was a stroke of brilliance, buddy. I loved it.
there was
No,
also
you.
a T-shirt, a flamingo T-shirt that I still have and wear.
Oh
That
yeah,
Bora drew of a
That's true.
sort of like a kung fu flamingo.
yeah.
Bora is in
It's a
all
cool shirt.
organizations, Tally Hall, this album, and everything he's involved in, just the ultimate jack of all trades who can do everything and accomplish anything that needs to get accomplished. Like he did motion graphics for the All I Need Is You music video. He did I can't think of any other specific examples right now, but I'm sure there are.
Yes.
Bora is an
The
incredible talent.
website where you're eating random
Yes.
food items.
That's a perfect example. Bora was the one who morphed my face so that it was a perfect loop, and it would just infinitely show me eating random objects. What a tedious and random task you took on my behalf. Thank you.
It was very and you know what? After Effects, Adobe just came out with like a tool that just does that for you,
Oh
like
no.
in one move.
Yeah.
And it took me like several hours to do it. So thanks, Adobe. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Adobe.
Yeah.
Let me
I have a couple facts. I don't know if you're going to touch on them, so I'm going to
tell us.
dive in. Interesting that people might not realize Maddie Diaz is on this album.
Maddie Diaz is on it.
She wound up touring with Harry Styles.
Yep.
Became a bit of a pop culture name.
She's also on Hawaii Part 2.
That's right.
Yeah. Is she? Where's she on?
She's on
Black Rainbows.
Black Rainbows.
Okay, that's interesting. And I forgot the other fact, but I'll get back to you. Yeah, that's it.
That's a solid fact.
And
we're
just
gonna talk
really
about the
just
album.
say
We gotta talk about the album.
a masterful
I will say
factoid.
after the Rendezvous music video came out, Maddie's manager reached out and asked that her name be taken off the YouTube posting.
Really?
Hey, fair.
That's
Too
fair.
fair. Too curious.
The idea of the Rendezvous video was way better as a pitch than it was in execution. Like when I would pitch it to friends, I thought it was so funny because at the end I'd reveal, and the funny part is the like harlot who's taking him on this wild ride through the city, and and leading him down this path of destruction is played for no reason by an 80-year-old woman. And you'll get a big laugh. But then in the video, when you're just like seeing it happen the whole way and you're just like watching this disturbing romance take place, it doesn't seem funny at all. It seems dark.
But talking about it like this is again funny.
I stand by. I think it's hilarious, and bizarre. But yes, Maddie's representation was none too pleased.
Oh no!
Yeah. So you win some, you lose some.
I like that fact. That's a good fact.
Here's a question from Adel Gano. What's the most persistent object you have?
Is this directed toward anybody?
This is for Bora.
I just thought it was an interesting philosophical question.
I almost said like my body, but apparently there's some little factoid that your cells like replace themselves like every like couple of years, depending on what tissue it is. So it's like kind of like a ship of Theseus type of situation. So that kind of went out the window. I might be misinterpreting this question, and if so, I'm sorry. I was just going for like, what's the oldest object you have?
I have a paperweight that was given to me when I was 4 years old by my uncle. It's got my initials on it. I bring it with me everywhere.
You bring it with you everywhere?
Well,
Hey,
I guess I bring it to when I move to new homes.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes to the new home.
That's
so
sweet.
I still have it. Yeah, it's a nice little thing.
I'm going to say my Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think in this room, the thing I can see that I've had the longest is my first acoustic guitar, which I got when I was 13, which is a Siegel brand acoustic guitar purchased in New York.
Is that good?
No, it felt exciting at the time.
Yeah.
It was like it's a high quality, low cost brand,
Okay.
mid price range.
HQLC. I can't see the comments, but I imagine them being like, "That's not what persistent means. This is something else that was recently coined."
There was just a comment, Bora, can I be your number one fan?
You're gonna have to get in line because
your mom is number one.
Andrew is.
No, I'm number one. Bora, when's your album coming out?
As soon as humanly possible. It's hard work doing a album worth of songs by yourself, but yeah, I'm trying to get it done as soon as humanly possible. So
now that you live in Los Angeles, you don't have you are less of a man on an island.
Yeah, that's true.
We should all come over and help you.
That was going to happen. I was going to make demands without preparing you.
Perfect.
Come over and offer yourself.
Here I am.
You're all going to.
I'll head over at 7. I can be there 7:20.
Great.
Greg, what are you working on in your spaceship?
Songs about pickles.
It's accurate.
It's accurate, actually.
Is there a pickle song coming out?
There's a pickle song coming out.
Nice. I love pickles.
No big deal. Yeah.
I got a sneak preview of it. It's delightful.
What's your favorite pickle? What kind of pickle do you usually order at a deli?
I like a kosher pickle. Just a standard,
old style,
classic.
Dill?
Dill.
You got to get one of each, Andy.
Yeah,
it's nice getting like a fresh pickle and an older pickle. Yeah, it's good.
Typo Raccoon asked us about Maybe in the Night if I still know how to play the solo at the end, which I can say there may be a new version of Maybe in the Night coming down the pike, and I don't play the solo, but the person who plays it is on this Instagram Live.
Andrew?
No, it's not Andrew.
I did. It was me.
Andrew. It's just like plank.
Greg?
It's not Greg. I feel you'd really be able to get it now.
Is there anybody else on this
Yes,
line that I'm missing?
Bora has taken over the soloing duties if there's to be a future version of Maybe in the Night, which I guess I've essentially confirmed that there will be. It's quite a solo.
Who wrote Maybe in the Night?
I did.
You wrote it.
Yeah. Well, with Tally Hall, it was always like, at least with my songs, it was always a little bit collaborative. Like, I think Andrew, you and I were more of the like gonna bring 70% of an idea and then we'll flesh it out together. Whereas Joe usually had more of a complete vision for what he wanted the song to be in terms of the arrangement, and that he had like a movie in his head of how it should look and sound.
I think you told me once that Andrew wrote a lot of your bridges.
That
you would come in with the verse and chorus.
He wrote the bridge to Never Meant to Know for sure.
I feel like you'd bring me songs and I'd only write the bridge.
Or you definitely did add key changes. That's one thing you would often do. I found a very early version of the like melody for Perfect, and there's no modulations whatsoever. It's all in one key. And you listen to that thing now, boy oh boy, you're circling that circle of fifths.
Yeah. Music jokes.
Call me the fifthster.
He's really a bridge meister.
He's a bridge meister. Someone asked us, Sad Le Remy, you know Remy. Remy asked, and this is a dark question. I think maybe they meant it as like a don't actually answer this question, but here we are. What is your greatest regret in life?
Oh, in the words of Orson Welles, my regrets, I have as many as grains of sand in all of the beaches of the earth.
Orson Welles said that?
He did, yeah.
That's a hell of a quote. I like that.
Yeah, and I think I agree because it's important to have regrets so that you can learn. But if it's something specific to the young people out there, yeah, you can be wrong about something and it can really, really be painful. But then it just won't happen again to you, hopefully. And there are other people in this world who can support you. And there are other opinions and other, feelings and points of view that are outside of yourself. And there's so many wonderful things out there that you can experience. But once in a while, it will be sort of painful. But with those regrets, you can learn more about the world and have a better life.
Deep philosophical music.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Do you guys know there's effects on this?
Andrew's just been tooling around under the hood of Instagram Live.
I do remember, speaking of regrets, I do remember when we were working on this album, Rob, and you had just moved to LA, and you were kind of Tally Hall had broken up, or at least gone on your hiatus, and you were sort of trying to make your world. You were kind of pitching for these Disney shows, but nothing was coming up, and we're working on this album late at nights, and I did thought it was really funny to keep asking you, should you have taken that scholarship to medical school? That was a really good opportunity.
I so appreciated you being sensitive with me in that time. No, I do remember, I did the math. I thought through, okay, well, I'm 30, I'm 29 now. If I go back to medical school, I'll get my first paycheck when I'm 47. It was real, whatever the numbers were. I had tricked myself into thinking at the time, I'll try music for a while, and hey, if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to medical school. But the fact is, that's not the numbers aren't in your favor if you end up going that route. It's a long road to hoe to get that MD.
Oh goodness!
Growing up, parents want kids to be doctors and lawyers and stuff because they always made the most money. But now that's just not the case.
Yeah, I do worry a little bit. Well, I mean, whatever. We could get into a depressing conversation about all the jobs AI is going to take over, but is that really the direction we want to take this?
Speaking
Now,
of people who work in medicine,
I'm trying to bring in our next medically oriented guest. Can you see my screen wobbling when I'm trying to invite somebody?
a little bit.
No,
Not really.
it's pretty good.
Pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Well, let's read some comments while we're waiting for this person to join us. Rob,
Yes.
help me with my Spanish homework, please. I know you did that stuff with Quack. Help. See? No problemo.
Ayuda. That's help.
See?
Rube.
Nariz. Took me a
Bora.
second. I got
Ojos.
ojos.
Lengua.
It's nice to have kids. I have 3 kids and they're all at the age where I still know everything they're learning in school. Nothing is outside of my
Yes.
capabilities yet. It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
And they're so impressed when I'm like, Boca. They're like, how did you know that?
I know some things.
I know something. I've been around the block. Man's. I wasn't born yesterday. All right. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this final guest on.
Well, could we?
Oh, wait. Good news, guys. We got our final guest. Everything's coming up live
Can I ask you a
stream.
serious question? I'm playing through all these filters, and they're all kind of the same, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
noticing?
not that different. It's just
You're
like
in the,
changing your lighting.
yeah, I think if you had oh, there you go. That's different. I think if you had a
I'm looking
brighter,
for like a beach behind me, or
Mm.
aliens coming out of my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know if they have that kind.
I mean, that's what I'm
Keep
saying.
looking. Keep looking. That's where your focus should be for sure.
Okay.
I say that
I
hypocritically
would
as I'm
appreciate
searching to try to let our final guest in.
your TikTok. How often do you plan to update this?
I don't know. I've set a dangerous precedent by posting every day the last couple of weeks. It is fun to see what a like a tally hall, community there is there. There's a lot of tally hall communities scattered on the internet. It's kind of crazy. Got the tally hall subreddit. You got the TikTok tally hall fans. You got the Instagram people. There's bless their hearts.
You figure there's got to be a Discord, but I don't really know what Discord is or
I don't even know.
understand it.
I've never used it.
It's chat rooms.
Okay.
It's not. Message boards? I'm a little confused.
That I've never.
How do you find
going.
things? How do you find it? How do you know where the Discord is?
I don't know. Well, we were gonna have.
Did you tell him to try to request it? Because that's what worked for me.
Rossi baby, request me. I'm gonna try to accept you in. Ross, just shout. We'll hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, while I'm working on getting Ross in here, let's talk about why, Greg, we decided to re-record the drums and have Ross play on them.
Well, we were at Ryan Scott's funeral for his childhood, which was also his 40th birthday.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which was, I thought, a fun premise for a 40th birthday.
Yeah.
And we were chit-chatting as you do at a party.
Mm-hmm.
And I think someone brought up like, it's been about 10 years since we did the album. Like, we should do like an anniversary release or something like that. And I think you mentioned, it always bugged me that there weren't live drums.
Yeah. We used MIDI drums on most of
MIDI drums, yeah. Some stuff like All I Need Is You, we banged on drums ourselves. But it was mostly MIDI drums. And I was like, we should re-record the drums for the re-release. And then
I said,
2 years.
I know a drummer.
Oh.
And his name is Ross.
Ross Fetterman.
And it seemed like the right guy for the job.
He seemed perfect.
It did take us 2 years from that conversation to actually execute the plan.
Yeah. We started planning probably almost a year ago, 9 months ago at least, with Ross of because he does not live in Los Angeles like we do. And the idea of being in the same room while he recorded those seemed good. So Ross found a time in his schedule to come out this past June, was it?
Yeah.
Like end of June, and we spent a week in the studio recording, well, lots of drums.
Okay, well, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pause you right there, Greg, because I'm
Okay.
seeing in the comments, there's a simple reason Ross can't join, and there's a 4-person max. So, Andrew, we are going to vote you off the island. You've been here the longest, so we're going to say farewell to you. Thank you for coming. We love you. We'll talk to you later. And Ross, you're about to get accepted into this newly 3.
Go quick.
Wait, Andrew, you have to sign off before I can let him join. I can't do it until you leave.
I don't know how to leave. Okay.
Oh shit. Oh, do I have to kick you out? Okay. I think you can figure it out. There we go. He got it. All right. This is all going. Guys, it's just like we scripted it. I'm glad I circulated that detailed script.
Rod, do you see this?
Dialogue.
Do you remember this guy, the Fantastron?
I can't quite see it. It's out of frame.
I see. It's well, there's a little tube device, which those crazy synth sounds on I'm Gonna Win.
Yeah. And I'm Gonna Win. Yes, I do remember that thing.
No. That's about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think now we're down in Andrew and we still don't have a Ross. Okay, this is gonna work. But yeah, it was so much fun getting back in the studio, recording the drums with Ross. We were worried we weren't gonna have enough time to get through all the parts. It was like we had kind of the flex goal of getting some of the new music recorded too, but we weren't positive how much of it we'd be able to get to. Ross, he's a busy man. He was able to rehearse the parts and prep to a certain extent, but
right.
Still saying Ross is unable to join. How odd. Anyway, long story short, we got through the Not a Trampoline stuff and all of the new songs that we wanted to record. It was a dream scenario. Ross is a fantastic drummer.
Yeah, Ross showed up and was like,
there he is. There he is.
So
Speak of the devil.
Apparently Instagram waits until right before you're about to log on to tell you that you don't have your microphone setting enabled.
Good. They want to keep you guessing. Keep you on your toes, Rossi.
Yep.
We were saying it was so much fun in the studio this summer when you came out.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a blast.
Even coming down with COVID halfway through.
I naturally didn't get it, but yes, Ross was staying with me and my entire family and in the studio with Greg, and apparently had COVID the whole time. We didn't know. Well, thank you for trucking through despite your undiagnosed COVID.
I did feel fine when it started. I didn't join in on this feeling crummy.
But we were just talking about how, we not only got through the trampoline stuff, but a bunch of other songs, because you showed up being like, I don't know, I practiced a little, but I don't know. And then you just perfectly would play the songs. Would be like, I don't know, you went to a second take for fun?
It's a classic case of under promise, over deliver, and Ross knows how it's done, and he nailed it.
The success in my current industry. It's the name of the game.
So Ross, someone asked us this question, and I thought you might have a good answer. I Am Den Den was like, what songs benefited most from live drums?
Do you want what was my initial? So initially, I thought the disco-y ones, right?
Okay. Rendezvous, Like Shine.
Yeah, all those.
Yeah, just because the hi hats exact. It's not like a little loop that's just going.
Exactly. And I thought for sure the ones that didn't need it were the loopy ones. I was ready to record Flamingo.
Right.
Oh, right. Flamingo,
I think that one actually turned out great with the different drums on it.
It added a ton.
Great.
Yeah. A lot of people have asked.
The disco-y stuff, I think, is actually the correct answer to that question. But
gotcha.
But I think all of them did in some way.
Yeah. It definitely gives it a whole new life. And a lot of people have asked me over Instagram when we're going to put the updated, or like if we'll update the audio files on Spotify and whatnot. And we are going to. I think it'll be when we fulfill the vinyl orders.
You want to keep the vinyl a special thing?
I think so. That's nice for people who buy the vinyl to have that first, and then we'll add that to the Spotify in the days and weeks to come.
Because I do think the digital replacement was part of my contract, so you're going to have to pull that at this point, right?
Yes, perfect. Opal the Wallflower asks, "Do you ever miss being in Tally Hall?"
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me say earlier, but like digging through old hard drives of stuff, pulling out content and stuff.
I was here the entire 50 minutes.
Okay, got it. I found so much fun old, like not a trampoline stuff, but also like tons and tons of old Tally Hall stuff. Should I share one thing I found right now as a little treat for people who stayed on the stream this long?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. I think I do. Oh no. Just going to have Ross join the call real quick. Just kidding. Wait, how do I? Shit, now I've teased it. I feel bad if I can't do it.
So easy to just share content right
I
from
thought there was a way. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, well.
The important thing is that you share it with the three of us immediately after this call.
I'll post.
It's just a pre-teaser.
Yeah, it was a pre-teaser. Apparently I can't do it. Maybe when it's just me, but when I'm sharing the screen with you guys, I can't. Yeah. Okay. Well, it was a nice thought anyway. You want to know what it was, or is that going to be even more of like a salt in the wound that you can't see it immediately?
No, let us know.
No,
it was. Well, I'll leave it a surprise. I'll post it. I'll post it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I unearthed a bunch of stuff. But yes, the answer to the question is yes. EYXGSVMPDM.
Mm-hmm.
A username that just rolls right off the tongue. Asks, what was it like to work on non-Disney music again and with our beloved Ross Fetterman? I mean, it was fantastic. It's been so much fun to get out of the work for hire world a little bit more often this year and get back into doing this kind of stuff and get back into making things for me and for us and being the decider and not just sort of like, a part of a bigger machine. So I'll say that's been delightful.
Yeah, not to give too much away, but I think you already gave some away at a previous time, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
But it's it reminded me too, like what a pleasure and a treat it is, and like a privilege really to work on new things when you're in a recording studio.
Yes.
When you're like you've got everything going, mic'd up the way it's going to be mic'd up, run through everything, and you still have the opportunity to kind of try new things and mess around. I feel like is not something you get to do every day, and even something musicians don't always get to do every day who don't have studios, especially drummers, right? Most drummers don't just have a great studio like at their fingertips all the time.
Yep. Yeah, that was a real treat. Well, we should do it again.
Yeah, I mean,
what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow might be tough, but this whole like time zone work remotely in the mornings, super early when you get up anyway, and then go in the studio for the rest of the day worked out pretty
That's
well.
right. Ross was, when he was here recording the drums, was working in the mornings in this room that I'm in now in my studio. He crashed in here and then would wake up and work for 4 or 5 hours and then go play drums, all while afflicted with a pretty severe virus.
It was a really Dayquil really came to the rescue that week.
Yeah. Do you lose credentials as a immunologist to go around the world as a super spreader?
Yeah, it's pretty. To be fair, like once I had any loss of taste, I immediately tested for COVID. But
that was unfortunately the day you got home from the trip.
Yes. Well, it was actually at the airport on my way home. But,
was it? Yeah. Well,
I had it not that long before, so I was just like, And it's the summer, no one's getting COVID in the summers, but apparently that's changed. I think the unfortunate thing is, man, the whole landscape of that has changed because just the number of people's I guess infection cycles used to be far more predictable for COVID. It's not anymore.
I feel like Ross is slowly slipping into work mode. This is fun to witness.
Our sponsor for this video, DayQuil.
Generate biomedics.
No one's here to hear about viruses.
All right. Well, listen, it's 7:00. We've done it. We've chatted about 7:00 for us. That's true. Ross, you stayed up late. Ross was worried he was going to fall asleep during the first part of the live stream. I told him he should come on in a nightcap holding a candle.
Which we're still waiting for, Arsky.
Thanks for what's that?
We're still waiting for that bit.
What?
Okay, all right.
Did you call him RC though?
No, Arsky.
RC. Okay. Well, there's
Yes.
two R's on this call, so I thought you were talking to me, and that's what.
Listen, this bit just ground to a screeching halt. And,
I saw a username called. Oh, well, I thought it was Gary the Snail, but I now see it's Gary the Snail.
Yes.
So that reminded me, Greg, that do you remember when we first made All I Need Is You, we were originally going to release it under a band name. We were going to call it Gary. That was going to be our band.
I guess I had forgotten it was. I remember, there was some name we had come up with.
It was Gary.
It was Gary.
That's all. It could have been under the brand Gary.
I love it.
Disappointing.
Disappointing that we didn't do that.
We didn't do it. It was great.
I think it seemed funny that there would be a band called Gary.
Right.
It's not bad.
Maybe there's not too late.
Not too late. All right. Well, let's end on this note. Burgess Jaw 26 asked us, what's your favorite kind of cheese?
We'll go around. I think I like a blue Stilton.
Pungent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need an answer.
Yeah. All right. Gouda.
Gouda, Bora.
Kashad. It's a Turkish cheese that is delicious and oily.
And I'm gonna say cotija.
Oh,
street tacos.
Por supuesto.
Very salty, very delicious.
Que rico.
Ay, papi.
Nice. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this. Thanks to everyone who is on this stream. And hey, if you feel like buying Not a Trampoline on vinyl tomorrow, well, I should say in 2 hours, they go on sale on robcantor.com. Midnight Eastern, the fun begins. And I'm really excited to have it and to hold it. I think it's going to be a beautiful keepsake. It's been fun to get the Tally Hall vinyl and like hold it and see, it's one thing to think about having vinyl press, but then when you actually get it and hold it in your hands, it's very affirming.
I think this was in my contract, but can I get a copy?
Sweet. Sounds like we should probably get a contract started with you.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some deal points we need to hammer out.
Sign something.
Yes. You're entitled to as many copies as you want, my friend.
All right.
Yeah.
All of them. 30, and make
$35 a piece.
It will cost, but it's fine.
Something.
I'm going to furnish you with so many copies. You're going to shingle your roof with them, buddy.
The dream.
All right. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for doing this. Thanks to everyone who joined us. And hey, it's been fun reliving the Not a Trampoline album cycle with everyone these last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great to see all your faces. My heart is filled with joy.
I realized that I'm the one who has to end it, so unless I push the button, there's just going to be this awkward lull of a slow departure. So let's do this. Let's say 1, 2, 3, adjourn, and then we'll all adjourn. Ready? Let's count it off. 1, 2, 3, adjourn.
Adjourn.